Hey everyone, it's Will here with Flow Trade Effects. I'm bringing you guys a new video with my trading series. This one's a little bit different. This isn't exactly a trading recap, and it isn't exactly a self-study edition. So today I'm going to actually just be going over the FTMO challenge, which is a funded trading challenge where you get the opportunity to work with a proprietary trading firm and manage capital. Um, and then be able to split the profits with this company 80 to 20%. So you get to keep 80% of the profits that you're able to generate with this company here. Most of you guys maybe have heard of it. If you haven't heard of it, then that's exactly what it is. If you guys are out there trading and you're confident in your trading abilities, and capital is something that is very important when it comes to trading, at least when it comes to being able to make significant returns. Like if you're consistent already and your main threshold challenge is just being able to get the capital to make it worth your time, then I would highly suggest looking into the FTMO or any other proprietary trading um, options that they may have out there. But for this specific video, we're going to be talking about the FTMO. I recently took this challenge about 20 days ago, and I told myself that I wanted to have more leverage when I came to trading, and they had some very appealing options. I watched a lot of videos about the challenge prior to taking it, and as you guys already know, I've been consistently profitable for quite some time here, and I already knew that it was only a matter of time before I actually took the next step in my trading journey, which was going to be either to get funded or to be able to source some other investor capital. Now, this happened to work out first, so I'm going to be speaking about my experience with the FTMO challenge, um, kind of the whole rundown of how it all went down, what I did, and the end results. And then, yeah, I'm going to just go through that. So we're going to get started here. When it comes down to starting the challenge, you have two options, and these are going to be indicated by the windows behind me. You have one option to take the trial completely free, and this is where you can just practice without risking anything, and it doesn't make you eligible for the actual FTMO challenge. It's actually shortened, so it's only 14 days, but they do still give you an account analysis, and then they do give you some apps. I don't personally use any of the apps, and I didn't actually look at any of the account metrics aside from, making sure I was able to pass and stay within their, parameters. But I figure my trading and risk management is already pretty solid, so I wanted to go for it. But I still took the free challenge first, and then I passed that within I think 2 or 3 days, maybe 4 days. So once I took that, I took some other time to just go over my strategy a little bit more, like back test it, and then just make sure I was like really confident about it. And you guys may have noticed I took a little break from uploading consistent videos, but this is pretty much why. I was really focused on just trying to make sure that one, I didn't waste any money, but going through with this challenge because you do have to pay for it. And then two, I just wanted to really dedicate my trading to this. So although I was still active on my other trading accounts, I mainly wanted to focus on this. During that meantime, I got my skills up a little bit, made sure to nut and bolt down any other little, complications I might have been having with my strategy, and then I went for it. Initially, I went for the 100K challenge, and I was doing fairly well with that. So let's go over that. So I was actually doing fairly well with my 100K challenge. Sadly enough, yeah, I ended up losing this one. I violated the maximum loss exceeded, and I hadn't even realized I actually exceeded the loss until I came back to log in because my trading account was still business as usual. It was still moving, and I actually had open positions in, which brought my account back into positive before this, like before I even looked at this. So when I logged back in, I just was confused. But it did leave this little note here that said, please contact us at support at FTMO. I kind of already knew that I violated the maximum loss, but at the same time, I wanted to contact them just to make sure because I heard there was a rule where if you pass at least one of these requirements at that time, then you will be able to be eligible for a retake. And I wasn't for sure, but once I contacted them, they kind of let me know, and they were actually very helpful because at first they asked me if there was any issue, like if I had made a mistake, because prior to losing, I was actually on my one of my last few days of the trading challenge, and my profit was already like pretty close to the requirement of 10%. I believe I was at like $7 or $8,000, and I literally only needed to make an extra like one or $2,000, and I ended up trading at, I guess, a wrong time or something, and the position went against me, and it ended up knocking out a lot of that profit. And although I was still in profit, it still took me down from the initial $5,000, which I was already in profit from, which I didn't realize was going to work against you. I thought it was just once you make the money, it's your money. That's why I'm still in profit here, but I'm negative here. So if that makes any sense to you guys. But ultimately, I wasn't dismayed by that, and I knew that my trading skills were still up to par. As you could tell here, I was literally up to $9,000 before I was literally within $800. My apologies, y'all. I was within $800 of making the requirement on my, what was this? This was the sixth day. And then literally within the next day, things went very wrong and dropped against me. So you guys actually see what I'm talking about here. I was literally right there, straight up too. Like I didn't have any drawdown within this time. It was just all the way up. And even still, it was all the way in profit. It was just, yeah, that requirement dropped me back down, came back up here, and then once I noticed I was out of this and I couldn't actually continue to trade that account, I stopped trading this account completely, and I actually started a new trading challenge because I knew I had a certain amount that I wanted to put towards this challenge, and I knew the max allotment of 400K was what I ultimately was looking to secure. The thing about it was I wasn't sure about this, the whole process and how it would all go down, and plus as a risk management profession, I knew that I wasn't trying to put all my eggs in one basket. If I were to make any stupid mistake, as I did, I would easily be able to afford to get back in and take the challenge and still not impact my confidence, nor would it impact my actual like trajectory to like pass the challenge and still be able to secure these funded accounts. Now, when it comes down to what I did after that, I can bring you guys over here to my first challenge, which your requirement was to make 10% again. This time, as you can tell here, the curve was a lot more straight up, and it ultimately was just a couple trades. It took me 36 trades total to make the, let's see, the 10%, or the 10%. And then after that, I only traded little penny lots just to maintain. Pro tip, I was able to trade cryptos throughout the weekend so that I was able to expedite it, and I was really taking advantage of the sessions. So for example, if I started my challenge and it was already London session, or it was like the beginning of London session, which for me is like, pretty late, but early in the morning, it's like 1 o'clock. So I would take my trade like right then, and then I would go again and trade again throughout the day, maybe after New York session or like after Sydney session, and then that would technically count sometimes for like two, just depending on like the hours and the like trading sessions that you were like participating in. I think that was like also very helpful, and it was able to make me reach my goal relatively quick, given I started on the 10th and I ended on the 11th, but I didn't technically make real money until, yeah, I guess I did start the 10th. But ultimately, yeah, that's pretty much how it went for the challenge portion. And then after that, you have to take a verification as well, just to make sure that you're proficient. And although it only took me 5 days, I still had to balance out the rest of the days here. And then that took me here to the most recent verification stage of this challenge, which again, they give you actually 60 days. And then for the first challenge, they give you 30 days. But I was pretty much on track where I was risking only, like, I could get away with risking maybe $500 to make $1,000. And then that was like not even 1%. That was literally like 0.5%. I would be able to risk to make I would be able to risk 0.2% to make 0.5%. And like that was really all you had to do on a day-to-day basis, even if you were going for 10 days, the minimum trading days. So when it comes down to risk management, like you could go for even less depending on what, you know, trading account size you're using, and it could still definitely work out for you. So there's no rush. And they even sent me an email like between my verification and passing it. I believe they sent me an email saying like, "Hey, you know, you're like halfway there. You don't have to rush it. When it comes down to risk management, you have double the time, so that means you can risk even less." But prior to that point, I've kind of already got the hang of like seeing it like, okay, wow, like if you manage your risk decently, then you don't have to necessarily rush and you don't have to feel pressure to like perform and execute every trade 100% flawlessly. Although like you can see my bell curve was relatively good, it was still like you know challenging to like face that and know that, okay, I don't have to rush, I can take my time, but like still know that I'm trying to do this efficiently. um it definitely was worth it as far as it goes now, because it showed me some things about my trading that I might not have been aware of before. Now, when it comes down to like what type of trading account I used, I went with the swing type, just so that there's no issues with overnight trading, event or over weekend trading. Even though I don't typically hold my positions that long, let me actually see. I think it tells you exactly how long you hold your positions on average. So like, let me see. Most of my trades were selling, obviously. When it comes down to the duration of these trades, it really doesn't tell you for how long. I don't know. I thought it told you how long you had your trades open for. It's kind of weird. I guess I was wrong. But you can see all these, different metrics. I'm not really hip to this stuff. You guys know from my video of the trading journal that I keep it pretty simple in terms of how I track my actual metrics so that I can improve. But this stuff was also helpful. It showed me a lot of these things, showed me a lot of the trades that I was using and how many lots I was using, showed me the expectancy for the expectancy, which I don't know if that actually lines up because most of my trades are actually significantly higher. This is every single trade that I took for this account from the day I started to the day I ended. So, roughly about each trade was about a 2-to-1 ratio. with the exception of the last day where that was like significantly higher. And yeah, it all just kind of worked out for the verification. So currently, after you finish this, they do send you these two little badges right here, which indicate the fact that you pass. And then you get the verification here. And then the first one was the challenge, and you get the verification badge. Both work out pretty cool. They're nice. You can share them on social media like this. Um, again, like I'm pretty happy. I'm excited that I was able to like pass this, both for the funding aspect of it, but also just because I wanted to test myself and really, see if I was as consistent as I wanted to believe I was. After going through this and failing the first challenge and not like impacting my confidence whatsoever, and then being able to like go into my second challenge and then be able to like perform even better than the first time. Um, I mean, I was excited, and I'm proud now, and yeah, it honestly is like a weight off the shoulders. I definitely plan to like you know work with FTMO and see how their process goes over the longer term. Um, if you guys want some more updates on this type of stuff, just let me know. As far as this whole funding world goes, I might do another update on my withdrawal when I get to that point. But as of now, I'm just going to be trading, keeping it pretty simple. Going through the whole phase of trying to like perform and get these results in the last like 20 days was like pretty cool, to be able to achieve almost what 25% in the last 30 days. It's pretty awesome. Or not even 30 days, 20 days. That was pretty solid, and like it really is a challenge, you know. Like when they say it's a challenge, like it's not just a challenge because they set it up. It's a mental challenge that you have to go against yourself with, and to be able to come out on the other side and be like, okay, yeah, came out, learned some things, be able to share that experience with you guys, and keep you guys updated in that process and let you know that hey, it's possible to do this. FTMO seems to be a pretty legitimate company. They've reached out to me several times along the process. They seem to be maybe auto-generated emails, but even when I did respond, someone did give me a personalized response back to me. So that was always pretty cool. Nothing but good things to say about them as of now. I definitely look forward to building a blossoming relationship with them. And I encourage anybody who is consistently profitable, who is looking to, you know, break through and maybe find that like opportunity to actually prove that this is a profession that you want to pursue, then get your ducks in a row, get some finances set aside, and maybe try to take the challenge yourself. Because if you pass, then obviously you know you prove to yourself that you can achieve the results that you want, and the sky is the limit at this point. So you know if this is a dream of yours, go for it. Like, definitely make sure that you're properly prepared. There's a saying that goes, proper preparation prevents poor performance. It's the 5 P's. Proper preparation prevents poor performance. So if you want to be pushing P, proper preparation prevents poor performance. And then you be getting them pips. So them the 6 P's. Pips. Proper preparation prevents poor performance. All right. But yeah. All jokes aside though, definitely this is just like a little breakdown video for the verification. I hope it was really, just informative, just to show you guys like I've been up to something in the last couple weeks, and I haven't just been like neglecting to put up videos. I do plan to get back to just trading recaps and then being able to add a couple more segments to my trading self-study series. Um, and perhaps even updating some other stuff to the channel or to the channel as I continue to grow and progress. But as of now, I think that's going to be it for this video. If you guys like it, have any questions, comments, give me a thumbs up, leave them below. And of course, if you want to get updates on my newer videos that may come out in the future, definitely subscribe and stay in touch. Until then, you guys stay profitable, you guys stay healthy, stay positive. I'll catch you guys later. Peace.